Sam Landry.
Hi.
It's been a few weeks.
Yes.
The first time we met was on a plane
Yes.
on accident.
Yes.
I might have scared you a little bit. And I'll be honest, guys, she did not have the slick back look. She had a ball cap on, backpack, ready to come back to Chicago. And I didn't recognize you at first. I think I walked up, I'm like, cool hat.
Yeah.
It was a vault hat. And then I walked away and I was like, wait, that was
The
Sam
backpack.
Landry.
I think
That
the
was
backpack, my
right?
last name.
Yes. So I walked back up and just we started chatting a little bit. And I actually got to know you and kind of learn your story. And from that moment, I was like, we have to sit down. Like, you are doing incredible things for the game. So to be here today, I'm very excited. I've been counting down the days. Yes. So that being said, I think kind of talking about your appearance a little bit, I didn't recognize you because the hair was down and you had the ball cap on, but you've become a little bit of a brand, right? With the slick back bun and the glasses. Did you know that these little girls and the fans would take so much to the glasses, buy them themselves, and be wearing them while playing?
No, I had no idea. So to see it now and like to look in the stands and during autographs afterwards, so many girls like with these glasses and so many parents coming up to me and be like, she's always had to wear glasses. She wouldn't wear them until now. Like, thank you for this. Like, it just absolutely melts my heart. And just seeing all the different hairstyles and then like you notice the slick backs and the buns and they're like, did I do good? I'm like, yeah, you did. So it's just super exciting and it absolutely melts my heart.
And I have to commend you for staying after games and signing the autographs and waiting for little girl after little girl to get her time with you. One of the coolest things that I saw from being at an AUSL game, you went into the bullpen and I kid you not, they flocked. And to the point where and I'm getting them again right now, I got goosebumps as I watched so many little girls, and it was 2-3 rows deep, silence, just leaning against the fence watching you.
Yeah.
What does that feel like for you?
I get the chills just like you do, like just warming up and just seeing all these little girls like come around you, and it's just absolutely surreal. Like, I never thought I would be at this place in my career or that I would even play for this long. So to have this platform and to be able to use it in any way I want and being able to use it to cater to the younger generation, it's just absolutely the dream I've always had and something that I hope just builds this sport more and more.
And in those moments when you're warming up, you're focusing, trying to lock in for the game that you're about to perform in.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific that for those pitchers that are watching you hope they take away from those warm-ups or watching you in the bullpen?
Yeah, I would hope that they take away kind of the focus that I have during bullpens. Like, so even with all these little girls around me and a lot of them are trying to talk to you, that is the one time I will never respond because I'm trying to be focused in the game. And I think it's so important to learn at a young age, like how that focus does translate onto the field. And if you can't have that focus in the bullpen, you're not going to have it on the field. So it's something I really try to work on. I struggle sometimes because they'll say something funny and I crack a smile. But no, just that focus and then just the love for the game and just how I feel like I play with a lot of emotion, and a lot of people don't play with a lot of emotion, but I do, and I think it's different for everybody. But
yeah, another thing I think a lot of people have noticed about you is your connection with the fans. First off, your jersey had the most sales this season. I'm sure you knew that, which speaks for itself. But specifically with the mental health, and correct me, what is the name of the cause?
The Hidden Opponent.
The Hidden Opponent. And what I found out was that you actually asked your fans to help you pick your partner this season. And I think that speaks volumes to the way that you connect with the next generation, to the fans that you have. What kind of inspired that? Like, I see your Instagram stories, and you're always going back and forth with your followers. But what kind of inspired you to be like, hey guys, like, who do you want to see me partner with?
Yeah, I think a lot of that inspiration kind of came from the fact that like people on all of my social medias are very vocal. They love to tell me things. They love to slide up on stories across any platform. So really just including them. I knew I wanted to partner with something with mental health just because how much I've been talking about it recently. And a lot of people didn't know that I struggled with mental health. So I think that kind of opened up that part of it as well. So just getting their like opinion on that. I know there are so many different mental health organizations, nonprofits, but it was like an overwhelming number that were like the hidden opponent. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do that one. And I looked into them. I reached out to them. So such a blessing for somebody to even show me that organization, because I didn't know about them. So I was really excited to let them kind of voice their opinions and see who they thought. And it also really just opened my eyes too to how many people even knew about these organizations. And you know about them for a reason.
Yeah.
So that kind of drew me even closer to people on my platforms, and just a closer connection.
Mental health is becoming more of a thing to talk about, but it historically was not, specifically with athletes. I personally think that is incredibly important because of the pressure that you guys face, and there's so many different perceptions and just a lot to carry and to perform with. Why do you think it's important that athletes like yourself in your position with your platform speak out about it?
So this is something I've never said out loud before, but I was actually diagnosed with depression my freshman year of college. And that is when mental health was starting to kind of become a thing. Like, I know that was only 4 or 5 years ago, but it really wasn't talked about that much. And so when I was able to get resources and the help that I needed, it's really turned my eyes into mental health. And then finally being able to come out of that completely recently really just drew me into talking about it and wanting to be somebody that can help other people get out of that, because it's not a fun thing to go through, like, at all. So I think it's just so important to be able to put the name with with what's going on and be able to face it head on, because it's not something you should be ashamed of by any means.
Absolutely.
Everybody goes through it at some point, I believe. So just being able to face it and not be ashamed and talk to somebody and get help, because it's okay to get help.
Yeah. And to be so for real with you, the reason that I'm on this side of sports is to share stories like that, because I think it is so important. And I'm getting teary-eyed, and you know what, like, you got to be vulnerable. This is how you connect with people. And I think messages like that, specifically coming from people like you who are looked up to as being like, wow, like, one day I want to be Sam Landry. Saying real things like that and giving the next generation, like, hey, it's okay, talk about it, like, you can get through it, you got a support system. Like, that's why I do this job. So you really just melted my heart right there, and I know that you just connected with a lot of other people who needed to hear that, so I commend you on that. Last one for you. Past softball. Maybe it is more softball, maybe it's not. I know we kind of chatted on the plane, and the words med school came up, and I was like, girl, you do it all. But what's next? What can your fans look forward to seeing you do? So
I am currently studying for the MCAT. It's a very hard test.
That is a hard test.
Very hard test. I'm kind of taking my time studying for it. Gonna take it when the time is right, I feel like. But kind of playing softball until I get ready to take that, apply to medical schools, and hopefully get accepted one day. I want to do anesthesiology, so super excited for that part of my life. But
Wow, a woman that can do it all. Sarah, when your parents tell you can be anything you want to be, you can do it all. She is literally walking evidence of that. You are incredible. You are one of my favorite people. Truly, truly, truly. And I'm so glad we met, and I appreciate you for doing this.
Thank you for having me.